I'm not used to doing this at all. In fact, I'm not really used to giving my testimony at all, which is why I always felt it was so insignificant to people. My name is Christy. My full name, Christina, actually means daughter of Christ, or anointed, the anointed one. And figuring that out has been a very long journey, figuring out what God wants for me as a person and as a daughter of Christ. My family was very, very dysfunctional. My dad was in and out of the house. I don't want to say victim, but there were many abnormalities in my family life compared to what I saw as a child in other homes. My family was, or my father was abusive physically, and abused different drugs and alcohol. My mother stayed together for the kids, which wasn't the best idea. It had a very difficult toll on me. He was always in and out of the house, and I remember the day that he told me he was going to leave for sure, told me I didn't need a father, that my mom was basically my father, but he had no idea how much I just wanted him to love me and be proud of me as his daughter, but I could never achieve that goal with him. I just never could feel that love that a father is supposed to give his daughter. So shortly after that, I got into the party scene. I didn't have any friends in high school. I felt so alone. My dad had just abandoned me. The friends that I thought were my friends had left me. So I went to the people who I knew would accept me no matter what I have done, no matter what I've been through. And they definitely showed me a new height of life, getting high, drinking, and eventually self-infliction took a very, very unwanted place in my life. But the pain was just so surreal to me that I quickly fell victim to it. And for about 2 years, it was just this horrible sensation that I got from it, feeling like almost on top of the world. But once I came down from that high, I was in a deeper pit, and I would ask God, why? And I would ask him, why me? Why? If you are the God that you're supposed to be, then why am I feeling these things? Why are you taking people from me? Why did you put me in this circumstance? It's not fair. And he came to me in a dream, actually. I was in this really deep sleep, and I was just running from something, and I was terrified, and I fell. And the silhouette of Jesus was walking towards me, and he commanded the darkness to just leave me alone. And he just lifted me up and carried me. And I was baptized that March, but that is when the devil decided to hit me the hardest. I fell to the biggest depression I've ever felt in my life. I didn't care about God anymore. I didn't care about my family, and I felt like almost that the baptism was bittersweet. I was on this spiritual high for about 2 months, and it had all just vanished, and I was cutting more than I had ever cut in my life. And eventually, God started to speak to me saying, you are made for so much more, and your story is so significant to me, no matter if anyone else cares about it. Like, I know your pain, and I've caught every tear that you've ever cried. And the shortest verse in the Bible is Jesus wept, and I don't know why that hits me so hard, but I just look back and I think the fact that I was cutting and I was self-inflicting myself. Jesus wept at that time. He wept when I wept. And to sum it all up, tonight when Carrie was speaking at my college, I looked up at the board and I could relate to every single name that the world has given me. I mean, paper couldn't fit how many names I had given myself and how the world had given me those names. And I just began to just sob, like, God, thank you for taking away those names. Thank you for taking away that stereotype that I'm a freak, or that I'm a cutter, that I'm a self-inflictor, that I'm unwanted, that I'm unloved, that I feel abandoned, that I feel alone. And you just take all those away. And Joshua 1:9b has been my favorite verse for about 2 years. And it basically says that, you don't have to be scared anymore. You don't have to be alone, because God will be with you wherever you go, whatever you're going through. He's always going to be with you. He's always going to protect you. And every day I find comfort in that, and every day is just a new story. It's a new beginning, and I just can't wait to see what huge plans He's anointed me with in my